You know how it is, you want to get up to speed on something interesting, but waiting through all the info takes forever.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, welcome to the deep dive. We're trying to be your shortcut to being, seriously well informed.
Good goal to have.
Today, we're taking a plunge, a really fascinating one, I think, into the absolute top tier of travel. We're looking at
Okay.
the 10 most expensive resorts in the world.
Ah, okay. Sounds intriguing. Where's this list from?
This is based on an article from 10 Most Today, back in July 2020. So a little dated, but the concepts, wow.
Right, the names and the prices might shift slightly,
Right.
but the level of luxury we're talking about,
Yeah.
that probably holds steady.
Exactly. And the article, it mentioned something interesting, how resorts are getting super popular for comfort, tranquility, and just, well, extreme luxury.
It makes sense. People looking for that complete escape. And these places, they promise that, just on a whole other level.
Right. So our mission today, it's pretty simple, really. We want to explore this list, these seriously extravagant places, and figure out what makes them so exclusive, so expensive.
And so sought after, presumably. What commands that kind of price tag? I'm curious, too.
Ready to dive in then?
Let's do it. Where do we start? 10, I guess.
Yep, starting at number 10, we're heading to Belize, to a place called Cayo Espanto.
Okay, Belize. Beautiful spot.
Definitely. Now, this isn't some huge complex. Get this.
Mm-hmm.
Total of 14 guests. That's it. Across 5 villas.
Wow, 14 guests max. That's tiny.
Right. So you immediately get that feeling of intimacy, exclusivity. And the starting price, $1,395 a night.
Okay, so starting price, $13.95. Even at number 10 on a list of the most expensive, that's still a lot of money for a night's stay for most people.
For sure, but compared to where we're going. Anyway, yeah, 5 villas, 14 guests.
That low number, it really screams privacy, doesn't
Right.
it? And like super personalized attention.
Totally. And it's not just the villa. The article mentions a golf course, fishing, diving. Oh, and your own personal butler.
Personal butler.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does that really mean beyond, unpacking your suitcase? What's the experience there?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, I imagine it's about anticipating your needs before you even voice them. Seamless service. Maybe like arranging a specific kind of fishing trip just based on a comment you made.
Yeah. Like, oh, you like bone fishing. Let me set that up for tomorrow morning at the perfect tide.
Exactly. Or knowing you prefer a certain type of coffee waiting for you when you wake up. It's that level of detail, probably.
Makes sense. Okay, moving on. Number 9, we're off to Fiji, Turtle Island.
Fiji. Another classic luxury destination.
Price range here is a $632 up to $2,390 per night. But what caught my eye, it's all inclusive. Fishing, picnics, drinks, meals, all in the rate.
Ah, all-inclusive. Interesting, because, sometimes that term conjures up images of, well, maybe not this price point.
Right, like buffets and stuff.
Exactly. So at almost $2,400 a night, what kind of all-inclusive are we talking about? The food must be incredible.
Yeah, you gotta think gourmet dining, right? Private chefs, maybe. Super fresh, local stuff.
And the drinks? Probably top shelf everything. Premium wines, maybe rare spirits.
That's what I'd expect. It kind of shifts the value proposition, doesn't it? Pay up
Yeah.
front, then just indulge. No signing checks for every drink.
Yeah, it's about that seamless experience, taking the transaction out of it once you're there. Just pure escape.
Okay, number 8. Frigate Island in the Seychelles.
Ooh, Seychelles.
Yeah.
Exotic.
Definitely. This one holds 40 guests across 16 villas, so still very exclusive. Nightly rate, around $2,450.
16 villas, 40 guests. Still very intimate. Similar kind of ratio to Cayo Espanto, roughly.
Yeah. The article just points to the exotic location and lavish services. That term again, lavish. What could that mean here beyond the butler?
Well, Seychelles, the location itself is a huge draw. Remote,
Yeah.
stunningly beautiful. That's part of the value. So lavish services here. Maybe bespoke excursions, like guided nature walks with experts, unique spa treatments using local ingredients, things you just can't get anywhere else.
Maybe remembering your preferences from a previous stay, or I don't know.
Could be. Or like arranging private dinners on a secluded beach without you even asking. That
Yeah.
kind of proactive, almost intuitive service, that feels lavish.
Right. Okay, number 7. Big jump now. Altamar in Anguilla.
Anguilla. Okay. How big a jump are we talking?
Well, the regular rate is around $4,714 a night.
Whoa. Okay. Doubled.
Yeah, but they spotlight one villa, the African Sapphire. It's over 1,400 square meters. That's like 15,000 square feet.
15,000 square feet. For a villa, that's enormous.
I know. And a week in that villa.
80,000.
90,000 for a week. Wow.
The article calls it one of the world's most extravagant and aesthetically pleasing resorts. Promises an extraordinary experience.
Okay, aesthetically pleasing. At that price and size, you're talking serious architecture, right? Maybe incredible art, imported materials, infinity pools everywhere, custom furniture, maybe smart home tech integrated seamlessly.
Absolutely. And maybe a private cinema, a gym, basically a self-contained luxury world. Not just a villa, but a compound.
That $80 K a week price tag, it's not just a vacation anymore, is it? It's like renting a private palace.
Exactly. It caters to a clientele who want absolute privacy and, frankly, a level of opulence that's hard to even picture. It's about status, too, I'd imagine.
No doubt. Okay, number 6, Sandy Lane in Barbados.
Ah, Sandy Lane. That's a famous one. Very well known.
Right. It's huge. The resort covers over 7,700 square meters. And the price range is, well, it's wide. Starts at $8,000 a night minimum,
A grand minimum. Okay.
but it can go over $25,000 a night.
25,000. So like a $17,000 difference within the same resort?
Yeah, they promise breathtaking views and amenities. But what accounts for that huge range, you think?
Well, with a resort that size, you'll have different tiers of accommodation, right? So the $8 K might be, a standard luxury suite.
If you can call 8K standard.
Right, relatively speaking. And the 25K plus, that's got to be the top penthouse suite, or maybe a completely private villa on the grounds.
Yeah.
Oceanfront, private pool, dedicated staff.
Maybe multiple bedrooms, catering to families or groups traveling together.
Yeah, exactly. And the location within the resort probably plays a huge part. Best views command the highest prices. Plus, a bigger resort means more amenities, overall golf, multiple restaurants, huge spa, which justifies the higher end.
So unlike the really tiny places, Sandy Lane is offering maybe a broader spectrum of ultra-luxury.
Seems like it. Catering to slightly different needs within that very, very wealthy demographic.
Okay, cracking the top 5 now. The Runia experience in the Maldives.
Maldives. Makes sense we'd find that here. Pinnacle of tropical luxury for many.
Totally. Nightly rate, $9,500. And again, super exclusive max of 9 guests.
9 guests. Wow. Even smarter than Cayo Espanto.
But the inclusions list is wild. Spa lounge, private chef, a 30-meter yacht.
A private yacht included.
Yep. Diving, fishing, excursions, basically everything.
Okay, so for 9 guests, having a dedicated chef, a spa, and a yacht. That's not just renting a villa. That's like chartering your own private floating resort complex.
Pretty much. What kind of experience are they crafting there?
It's total immersion, isn't it? Complete personalization. The yacht means you're not confined to the one spot. You can explore the whole atoll privately. The chef means every meal is exactly what you want. It's moving beyond just luxury accommodation into, like, curated life experiences.
That included yacht really feels like a game changer at this level. Freedom.
Absolutely. It symbolizes access, exclusivity, and experience over just a fancy room. It's a different philosophy of luxury, maybe.
Okay, number 4. We're going stateside. Miami, Casa Contenta.
Miami. Interesting. A shift from the remote islands.
Yeah, nightly rate, $11,600. And they emphasize personalized services, limo service, personal butlers, and get this, access to a therapist.
A therapist. Included or available.
Unclear if it's included in the rate, but it's listed as a unique service.
Interesting.
Right.
Very. Suggests a focus on wellness, maybe? Or catering to a high-stress clientele.
Could be. Plus, the rooms are uniquely designed representing different countries. Themed rooms.
Ah, okay. Like an Italian room, a Japanese room.
Something like that, yeah.
Ooh.
Plus the standard stuff. Babysitters, chef, pool. So what's the vibe here? City luxury with a twist.
It seems like it. Blending that urban access, because it's Miami, with very high-touch service and this kind of thematic, maybe slightly theatrical design element. And the therapist angle adds that wellness component. It's trying to be many things, perhaps.
Maybe appealing to people who want the city buzz, but also a very curated private escape within it.
That makes sense. The themed rooms add that layer of novelty, too.
Yeah.
Something different from just minimalist luxury.
Right. Okay, the top 3. Huge jump again. Number 3, Musha Cay in the Bahamas.
Musha Cay. Isn't that David Copperfield's place? Or was it?
I think it was, yeah. The whole island is yours, 150 acres.
The whole island. Okay.
Price, $24,750 a night.
$24,750.
Wow. The article talks about spectacular views, wonderful beaches with white sand, and a solace feeling. Solace.
So at this price, renting an entire 150-acre island,
Yeah.
the main draw has got to be privacy, right? Absolute total seclusion.
Has to be. Just you, your guests, the staff, no one else.
That feeling of solace they mention, That's what you're paying a massive premium for. Your own private kingdom, essentially. No paparazzi, no other guests, just peace and, spectacular beauty.
Imagine the freedom. Roam anywhere on 150 acres.
That's incredible. That's a level of escape most people can't even fathom.
Okay, number 2, another private island. This one maybe even more famous. Necker Island, British Virgin Islands.
Ah, Branson's place.
Yep, Richard Branson's island. Price, $30,000 a night.
30,000. Okay.
Included activities mentioned are surfing, cruising, and good meals. Interesting phrasing, good meal.
Yeah, not gourmet dining or Michelin-starred cuisine, just good meals.
Yeah.
Maybe hinting at that Branson vibe.
Yeah.
A bit more relaxed, maybe. Fun.
That's what I was thinking. Branson's image is all about adventure, fun, maybe slightly less formal. Does his ownership shape the experience, you think?
I'd imagine so. You're kind of buying into his brand, his lifestyle, maybe. It suggests a more active, perhaps social atmosphere, even though it's super exclusive. The surfing and cruising point to that, too. Still luxury, obviously, but maybe with a different, more dynamic energy.
Less stuffy, perhaps?
Possibly. Luxury that's about doing cool things in an amazing place, rather than just, say, quiet contemplation. Though you could probably do that, too.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, here we are, the top spot, number 1.
Okay, the most expensive, according to this 2020 list.
Isla de Ferradura in Spain.
Spain, an island in Spain.
The whole island again, price tag, $42,000 per night.
40,000
Dollars.
for one night.
$42,000. The article just calls it the most lavish and magnificent resort, period.
Wow. Okay,
Okay.
so what pushes this one over the top? Beyond Branson's Island, beyond Musha Cay, is the location. Spain, the Med.
Maybe. The European location definitely has a certain cachet, but lavish and magnificent. What does that even entail at 42K a night?
It has to be the absolute zenith of everything, doesn't it? The most exquisite design, the rarest materials, technology you haven't even heard of, service that anticipates your thoughts. Maybe historical significance. A combination of ultimate privacy, ultimate luxury, and maybe a unique cultural setting.
It's almost impossible to picture. It's not just a resort, it's like a statement.
Exactly. The price itself becomes part of the definition. It signifies a level of exclusivity that's basically off the charts. The ultimate status symbol in travel, maybe.
So, okay, we've gone from just under $42,000 a night in Belize,
Which seemed like a lot.
right, all the way up to $42,000 a night for a private island in Spain. It's quite a journey.
It really is. And the themes that kept coming up, privacy is huge, whether it's few guests or your own island.
Totally. And personalized service butlers, chefs, curated experiences. It's not just about the place, it's about what they do for you.
Yeah, the experience factor.
Yeah.
And the inclusions, especially at the higher end, the yachts, the activities, it's about providing a complete world.
We also saw different styles, didn't we? Like the potential fun active vibe of Necker versus the sheer opulence implied by Safaradura or Altimer.
Right, it's not one size fits all, even at this extreme level. Different flavors of ultra luxury.
What stands out most to you, thinking back over the list?
Honestly, it's the sheer scale of the spending. That jump to renting entire islands for tens of thousands a night, it reinforces how much value is placed on absolute, uncompromised privacy and control over one's environment at the highest end.
Yeah, me too. That leap is just mind-boggling.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, like, what does the existence of places like this say about wealth distribution, about human desire? Is true luxury really just about the price tag, or is it something more personal, something deeper?
That's the big question, isn't it? What defines luxury for you versus what defines it at these price points?
Yeah.
Definitely something to ponder.